Well, today they're just really winding up the various delegations. In fact, more than 120 countries are represented here. They're making speeches, and at the same time they're working on a draft document which will put out a common position in which they can all agree. Issues like the situation in Palestine and United Nations reform. But in a way, more important than any of that is that they are meeting. It's a sort of show of strength. This summit meets every 3 years, and it is in many ways a counterpoint to the G20. But before we go into all of that, let's look back at the day-to-day here at the NAM summit.
The day began with Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, greeting the visiting dignitaries. That took almost 3 hours. After all, only the United Nations has more member countries than the non-aligned movement. For the Venezuelan leader, these are important images. In the midst of a political and economic crisis here, he wants to show that Venezuela is not short of friends. But it was noticeable that all of the presidents that came fit into the old friends category, traditional allies of leftist Venezuela. Most other countries sent relatively junior delegations. That may well be connected to Venezuela's current crisis, with loud calls from within the country for President Maduro to stand down. Leave the cozy bubble of the summit, and Venezuela's economic difficulties become apparent. This nation's GDP has shrunk by 25% in the last 3 years. Serious shortages of basics, including food, are widespread.
We're trying to develop the new model, develop new opportunities, and maintain the social advance in the revolution, during the revolution. For that reason, I believe myself, I spent 12 years as oil minister. I believe that we have enough resource in order to win and to recover our economy.
Venezuela says its government will not be easily swayed from its fundamental course by an economic downturn, however deep. In this summit, there are others who agree with that.
Now, Stephen, China is not a member of this non-aligned movement, but has expressed support for its role in international affairs. What can you tell us about that?
That's right. Well, since 1992, China has been an observer of the non-aligned movement. It gave a statement shortly before this summit saying it supports the process and recognizing in many ways the power of this. This is the key thing is, you know, when you put a group of 122 countries together, there are a few maverick leaders in there. It's quite difficult to have a full agreement, but you have to sort of listen to them, really. This is 55% of the world's population, and China said it does support the NAM movement in international affairs.